Okay, everybody, welcome back to the DGS 2605 channel. We're back with our MLB Power Pros 2008 repeat season mode with your undefeated world champion, Toronto Blue Jays. Last time out, we took care of Boston again. Complete game for Roy Halladay, 11 strikeouts he had, and we have proven that our pitching is elite. I mean, of course, people already knew that, but that's 3 consecutive complete games now. 2 of them being shutouts, only 1 run allowed, 1 earned run across those 3 starts. We're heading into this game here, and it's going to be Dr. Oz on the mound for our guys. Oswalt, he's above average right here, 2.03 ERA. He holds it down. He'll likely be below Danks, who's at 1.89 right now. Excuse me, and we're going against Jake Peavy. Now, fair to say Jake Peavy is probably the most talented starting pitcher we've come across so far in the season, but he's obviously as bad condition as he can be right now, and it's our team, right? Looking at our lineup, nobody is above average. They have Velez and David Wright above average. Placido Polanco has been their best hitter. He went 4 for 4 with 3 singles and a double and an RBI in the previous game against Roy Halladay. We're gonna have to see what Oz can do here. He's got to hold them down. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. We're going to play some ball, play it here, play it now. We'll take a quick look around the league. I think the Cubs closed it out. The Mets maybe walked it off back in Shea Stadium. I'm not sure. Now, one thing that I will bring up, we have scored in bunches against the Red Sox so far. 5-run rally. We had, what, a 10-run rally? Was that against Oakland? I can't even remember. But we very rarely get, like, a run. We usually get 2, 3, 4. PV coming in with a 4.40 ERA, excuse me. Win is a factor of 1, heading southwest to start the game. And a quick 0-2 count to Rich Aurelia. And man, that's got to be a nice, pretty look there at the sunset. All those buildings there. That curve missed, 1-2. Changeup broke into the dirt, 2-2. And it's going to start off a payoff pitch to Rich Aurelia, leadoff batter in the game. What will PV do? Aurelia hits it, right to Konerko at first, 1 away. At least he put it in play. That's already a 6th pitch at bat there. Here's Ray Durham now. Strike 1, perfectly on that bottom left corner. 0-1. 0-2 off back-to-back low change-ups. 50-50 call. And Durham fouls that one right back. Luckily wasn't a foul tip. Count remains 0-2. Missed the top left corner on that. 1-2 now. That one broke below the zone. 2-2 here. Got him looking on a high fastball. Can't argue with that call. It was a close one. Here's Berkman now. 496, 55 homers, 133 RBIs. 6 RBIs in the previous game. I'm curious how many RBIs he has across this 3-game series, because I think he had, like, at least 5 in the first game, I'm sure. It felt like it at least. Anyways, 2-1 count now. Ooh, just missed that corner there. He didn't get the call that time. 3-1 to Berkman. And he got it just above that. David Wright, he's going to throw it over. It will be in time. So PV starts the game going 3 up and 3 down against our hitting. Bottom of the first coming up, but let's see what Oswalt can do. Beauty of a changeup. Here's the curve. Beauty of a curve. And here's the slider. Yeah, his breaking pitches are looking like dynamite right now, and that's what we want to see. Jamie Carroll, strike 1 on that fastball in the zone. 0-1. He puts that in play. Rich Aurelia gets it, throws it over. A good first out, 1 away. Here's J.D. Drew gearing up for a big hit. He was expecting a breaking pitch there. He went way low with that one. He didn't go as low with that one. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, just missed the corner there. 1-2. Puts that in play. Aurelia with a dive. Throws it over to first. Will we get him? No, we won't, but the effort was there. I like to see that. So they get the first hit of the game. Runner on first. 1 away. Here's David Wright. And a high slider. Got away with that one. 0-1. Ooh, that was a fair call there. Just below the zone. Got a bit of it, but not enough. Swung through the curve. He puts that one in play. Lowell, a deep throw from third. Will it get David Wright? Yes, it will. Excellent scoop up by Berkman. That does push the runner in scoring position there. Runner on second, 2 away. Here's Paul Konerko. It's the first pitch he sees. That's going to Rich Aurelia again. And after he had the error in the last game, that's the kind of defense we want to see from him. Red Sox got a hit, nothing of it. Top of the second coming up. AR 15 in the 4th spot leading off. 425, 25 home runs, 77 RBIs. Takes a 2-seamer low, 1-0. Slider miss, 2-0. Wind is now moved northwest, a factor of 1. And Rios hits that ball hard. It pushes it the other way. It is going, caught by J.D. Drew. Now, I thought that might have been extra bases or even a home run there, but it was neither. Here's Braun now. Went hitless in the previous game, so we're going to have to exercise some patience here. Make sure Peavy gets tired. Quick 2-0 count. And Braun hits that. That's going for the first base hit for Toronto in the game. He's going to get himself into second there. Hustle double. That was good, yep. Right there at the monster. Perfect spot in the outfield there. With Lowell now. Ooh, swung through that first fastball. Missed it. 0-1. That one's popped right up. Snyder makes the catch, 2 away. So now we have a runner in scoring position. We're at risk of leaving stranded. Here's Luke Scott. Strike one on the high changeup. 0-1. 2-seamer miss there. 1-1. Feeling risky here. Luke Scott hits that up the middle, off of Peavy. And that's going to be the final out. If that managed to get into center field, we likely have a run there. But instead, we're 0 for 1. Both teams are. Placido Polanco leading off the bottom of the second. And he has earned that 341 average. Because Roy Halladay could not get him out on 4 tries last time. And Oswalt right there. 0-2. Splitter just went low. 1-2 now. Just inside on the fastball. 3-2. This is not the way I thought the at-bat would go. Got him looking. You can't argue that call. That was well within the zone. Here's Snyder here. Fouls that first pitch back. He was looking for something lower. 0-1. Here's the splitter. He swung through that. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Back-to-back strikeouts. Here's Murphy. He puts that in play. Rich Aurelia, another excellent defensive play. Makes the easy catch there. The Red Sox go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. Top of the third coming up. Paulo Duca leading off. 478, 534. He's got to be at a good amount of pitches so far. Fastball missed, 1-0. Pitch number 30 coming across here. So remember, just be patient. Because it feels like by this point in both games, it was batting practice. We had at least 5 runs. Strike one on the changeup there. 2-2. That was a generous call on the 2-seamer there. Count is even to Paulo Duca. Went fishing for that one. Hits Velez. Over to first. 1 away. Here's Grandy. 1 RBI away from the century mark. 421 average. 36 homers on the season. Strike one on the 2-seamer. Way inside on the slider. 1-1. Change up. 1-2. And he hits that curve. That's going to center field. That is caught by Murphy. That was into the bit of a shift they had there. 2 away. Rich Aurelia 0 for 1 with a grounder. We're going to take at least 2 pitches here, so we guaranteed gets to 40. Strike one on the curve. High sinker missed. 1-1. 2-1. Sinker went low. Hits that down the line. Will it stay fair? Oh, come on. Polanco's in the previous game was fair, but not that. And he hits another one foul down the first baseline. Aurelia hanging tough, making Peavy work for this. Hits that. That is Oh, not past Polanco. Throws it to first. He has been our Achilles heel, man. And a good defensive play from Polanco keeps us from getting any base runners there. We finished the third. Only one hit so far for us. Same for Boston. Here's Velez. This will guarantee a second trip through the lineup here. Velez swung through that slider. Missed. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Oz is working efficient so far. Here's Carroll. Strike 1 on the fastball. Swing on the changeup. Missed. 0-2. Got him looking. Can't argue that. That was an excellent pitch there. Back-to-back strikeouts. Jamie Carroll. Beautiful fastball for strike 1. Strike 2 on the slider. Here's 0-2 now. Did he just throw an immaculate inning? He might have just thrown an immaculate inning. I'll have to take a second look at that. Because that's 3 strikeouts. 2 of them were on 3 pitches. And we have been flying through this game so far. It's now the 4th inning. Both teams still tied at 0. He's at 43 pitches. Only 1 strikeout for Peavy in the game. Opposed to Oz having like 7 or 8 already. That's what it feels like. 0-1. 0-2. Durham puts that in play right at David Wright. 1 away. Here's Berkman. 0-1. Grounded out. We'll give him 1 power swing here just in case. And that's why we do it, because that was a good pitch to swing at the warning track, caught by Murphy. Here's Rios, 0-1 with the fly out. Changeup missed, 1-0. Just in case, I feel like, he's in the worst condition. Something's got to give. That is unfortunately going way foul, but Rios swung at the right pitch there, 1-1. 50-50 called to not go our way. 1-2 now. Laid off of it. Fastball missed. 2-2. Even count now. Ooh, 2-seamer just missed high up there. It's a payoff pitch to AR-15. Game is tied at 0. Top of the 4th. 2 outs. Smokes it right at Polanco. He's the final out in the previous 2 innings for us now. We're still 0-1. Bottom of the 4th coming up. J.D. Drew leading off. Yeah, okay, so it's 5 strikeouts in the game for Oz. Fastball missed, 1-0. Strike 1 on that fastball. Swung through the slider, missed, 1-2. Got away from him, luckily nothing came of it. Strikeout number 6 in the game. There's David Wright. Hit off the skinny part of the bat, off Oz's glove. Durham. Nice play. I think he barehanded the ball through to Berkman, 2 away. There's Carnurko now. Strike 1 on the fastball. Ooh, missed it on the skinny part of the bat. Or I missed a sweet spot, I should say. Read that one perfectly, but it's right to Berkman, who steps on the bag, and that's going to be it for the 4th. 2 hits so far combined in the game between both teams. Top of the 5th, our 5 guy, Ryan Braun, leading off. Has the only hit so far. He's 1-for-1 with a double. The wind is slightly in his favor. He hits that first pitch. That is going to deep right field. This game is not tied anymore. Ryan Braun found the right pitch finally. 1-0 Toronto. Just over 400 feet. His 76th home run on the season. And he is looking for a cycle now. The tie is finally broken. Let's take a look at his stats. Hey, 4.26. That's still not bad at all. It's lower than what he started the game with. Still only 1 strikeout. But we can't let that go to our heads. Guy like Braun gets a home run. We have a 0 run margin of error here. Cushion. Slider in the heart of the zone. 0-2. Laid off of that fastball. 1-2. He went fishing for that one. That's going to be back-to-back base hits for the Jays. And Carroll stayed in front of that one to prevent extra bases. But Mike Lowell with the base hit in the game now. Here's Luke Scott. 0-for-1 with a grounder. Takes strike 1. Slider by the feet. Gets past the catcher. That's going to get Lowell over to second base. Count is 1-1. 2-seamer in the dirt there. 2-1. I caught enough of the zone. Can't argue that. 2-2 to Scott. Got jammed on that. That's going to shallow right field there. David Wright will be the one making the catch. One away. Here's Loduca. Slider just caught the zone there. 0-1. Sinker missed. 1-1. Two-seamer missed there. 2-1. And that was a mistake of a pitch. Where is he going? He's going to third. I think they might have him in a rundown here. And he's out, yep, but we still have a runner on at least. Here's Grandy against a right-handed pitcher. Ball one missed low, 1-0. And Granderson read that one well. That's going to the center right gap. Will it have enough? Yes, it will. Peavy was going into this inning, only one hit allowed. Now the quality starts in jeopardy for him. Curtis Granderson, RBI number 101 on the season as he comes across the plate. 3-0 Toronto. We've scored on two different home runs so far. Aurelia hits the first pitch he sees. That's going to center field. Will that be extra bases? No, it won't, but that's going to be his first base hit of the game. That is, what, 5 hits in the inning for us now? 1. No, 4, I think. Slider went low, 1-0. How many pitches? Yeah, now he's into the 70s. Right there, fastball, 1-1. Sinker in the zone, 1-2. Got him swinging on that pitch. I wasn't expecting that. Durham didn't go into animation there, so you know that was one heck of a strikeout. So Peavy managed to get out of the inning, but the 3 runs allowed, that might be enough for us. Bottom of the 5th, it's the 5, 6, 7 part of the Red Sox lineup. And 6 strikeouts in the game for Oz. Polanco didn't bite on that curve. Swung through the fastball there. Here's the 1-2. He pulls that. That's going for a base hit. Their second of the game. That's a leadoff single. There's Snyder. Went down swinging his first time up. Bouncer there. Berkman will tag out Snyder. He advances Polanco to second. There's Murphy now. Fastball missed. Runner goes to third. Hits it over to Durham. We get the easy out at first. The runner is on third now, but they need a base hit here to make anything happen. That one gets away from Oz. Luckily, nothing happens. There's the 1-1. And Oz goes for a jump over to first, and Oz gets himself out of the jam, keeps the shutout intact. We're 3 for 5. They're 0 for 2. Top of the 6th coming up. It's the heart of our lineup. Lance Berkman leading off. They're going to keep Peavy in. He's getting tired. As a right-handed pitcher, he's hoping he gets past Berkman unscathed. So we can get to some right-handed bats. Strike one on the sinker there, 1-1. Berkman read that perfectly. It's going to the Green Monster. It cleared it. Looks like it just cleared it at the top there, and he has another home run in the game. I just realized that out thing is still on the screen. I don't know how common that is, but 4-0. They're going to keep PV in to face AR-15. He's got him out twice so far. Rios hits that hard to Polanco. Over to first, 1 away. That's going to bring up Braun, who's looking for a cycle. We're up 4-0. Braun opened the game up. That's a weak pitch, but it stayed in the zone. 0-1. High and inside fastball, 1-1. He's gassed. And Braun smokes that over to right, and that's his second solo shot of the game. And Peavy, he was pitching brilliantly, but he's going to leave the game having allowed 5 runs, of which came on 4 different home runs. It's 5-0 Jays. It's now batting practice for us. Peavy comes out of the game. Here comes in Perez, who isn't quite tired, but we know he's not going to have that much stamina because we tuckered him out in the previous game. 0-1. Slider in the dirt. 1-1. High fastball missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. At SIFB, way too low. 3-1. See if he walks him. It's a payoff pitch to Mike Lowell. Jays up by 5. Top of the 6th. Nobody on base. 1 out. He hits that to center field. That's going to be Murphy. Makes the catch. 2 away. There's Luke Scott. 0 for 2. Slider there for strike one. Slider miss, 1-1. Got the bat on that. That likely would have been a ball, but in the swing there, it's a ball, 2 strikes. He hits that to the outfield. That is going to be a 2-out single for Luke Scott, his first base hit of the day. Here's Paulo Duca, 0 for 2 with 2 grounders. Hits the first pitch he sees. That's going to Murphy in center field. You never know. He could drop it like B.J. Upton did, but he didn't that time. We have not been shut out since the 4th inning. We're 5 for 8. They're 0 for 2. Bottom of the 5th, the last batter in their lineup to conclude, the 6th. Last batter in their lineup to conclude the 2nd trip through it. Here's Great Carroll. Curve dropped too low, 1-1. That's over to short, Rich Aurilia. And he has been excellent defensively tonight. 1 away. Here's Carroll. Struck out swinging his last time up. Strike 1 on the fastball. That's pulled. Nice jump by Lowell for the 2nd out. And he prevents the 3rd base hit of the day for Boston there. Right there, jumped at the perfect time. Here's J.D. Drew. So the 2 hits so far are J.D. Drew and Placido Polanco. Polanco's no surprise. J.D. Drew pulls that. Berkman fields the tough ball there, and he steps on the bag to end the inning. Now we're heading to the top of the 7th, and it's the last batter in our lineup to conclude the 3rd trip through it. Curtis Granderson has a 2-run home run in the game so far. High inside fastball, 1-0. Low slider perfectly on that bottom left corner, 1-1. Slider missed, 2-1. He went fishing for that one low. Velez over to first, 1 away. Aurilia, 1 for 3 in the game with a single. He hits that over to right field. J.D. Drew makes the catch, 2 away. Here's Durham. 2 strikeouts in the game for him. That's not something we see people on our team do often. Hits the first pitch he sees right at the 2nd baseman Polanco. That concludes the top of the 7th. Brings us to the 7th inning stretch. Let's have some good luck water. I mean, this game is still well within Boston's reach. Let's not kid ourselves. They've only had 2 base runners the whole game, but as we can see, Peavy, through the first 4 innings, thought he was in for quite the outing, but he left the game with 5 runs. All came on home runs. Let's see if Oz can limit the Red Sox to ground balls, because it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game at Fenway Park, home of the Boston Red Sox. It's the heart of the Red Sox lineup here. If he pitches well, this can be the last time he faces any of them. David Wright, and that might get a little harder there. There's their 3rd hit of the game, a leadoff single for David Wright. Kornilko, 0 for 2 with 2 grounders. Strike 1, didn't bite on the slider. Pulls that one, that's going inside. 0-2. No 50-50 call there, missed. That's pulled inside. Lowell goes to 2nd, makes the catch, makes the out, over to 2nd. Double play by a step. That's what we're talking about. What was I talking about? Here's Polanco. Pulls that, and he has another base hit. That's his, he went 4 for 4 in the last game. He's 2 for 3 here. You cannot solve this guy. Strike 1 to Snyder there. Missed the slider. I think he was looking for a changeup. And he got it there, and he struck out swinging on 3 pitches. That's what, strikeout number 7 or 8 on the game for Oz. Had a bit of a broken up streak there. But the Red Sox, they doubled their hits in that inning. They're 0 for 4, but still nothing to show for it. Top of the 8th coming up. Here's Berkman. And I think here, just tire out Perez. Let's see if we can get some proper insurance runs here. And a quick 0-2 count. I wasn't counting on that. It's 0-2. Berkman hits that hard. Polanco still fields it. Over to first base, 1 away. Here's Rios, 0 for 3 in the game. Slider goes for ball 1. Win is now West. Factor of 1. Strike 1 on the fastball. Four-seamer missed the corner. 2-1. That one went high. That hit his right to Konerko. 2 away. And Braun has been by far the best hitter here. 3 for 3. 2 home runs. He pulls that one. That's going to center field. Will it have enough on it? Murphy watches it go. A hat trick for Ryan Braun. His 3rd RBI of the game. 78th home run on the season. 3rd home run of the game. He is 4 for 4 now. Yeah, he was waiting. He went, what, 0 for 4, 0 for 5 the previous game? He's making up for it here. 6-0 Jays. And, you know, we've had a lot of balls hit there that didn't make it. Oh, that made it in spades, all right. Easy there. Here's Lowell. 1 for 3 with a single. Fastball missed. 1-0. Slider. 2-0. He's getting tired. Lowell hits that pitch. That's going to center left. It'll bounce off the monster out there, and he's going to stop at first. His 2nd base hit of the game. Here's Scott. 1 for 3 with a single. Hits that slider hard to Velez. Over to first. That's going to be the 3rd out. But Braun with another run. We're 6 for 10. They're 0 for 4. So our difference between our runs and hits is all their total hits. And it's the last 3 batters in their lineup. Here's Murphy. So Doc Halladay had 11 strikeouts in his complete game. If Oz makes it there, let's see how many he can get. He's at 7 right now. There's 1 away. Granderson catches the pop-up. Here's Velez. 1 strikeout swinging in the game so far. Nothing 2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. That's number 8. Here's Carroll. Went down looking his first time up. So for 2. Takes strike 1 there. Strike 2 there. Puts that right there in front of Oz. Let him run a bit. There we go. They went 3 up and 3 down. And now we're going to make it to the top of the 9th. Paulo Duca in the 8th spot leading off. Batting practice here. It's just let him tucker himself out. And Loduca hits the first pitch he sees. That's going to deep right field. It will be a ground rule double. That's the first one. I feel like maybe the first one you've had all season. Definitely the first one we've had here this series. Now here's Grandy against the tired pitcher. I feel like he's only another couple pitches away from being gassed. That gets away from him and the zone. Rolls to the backstop there, and Loduca is at 3rd base. Now he's 2-0. Granderson puts that into center field. We're tagging up. That's a throw straight home. Loduca's there, sac fly, touchdown to 0. They're going to take Perez out of there, allowed 2 runs. Here comes in Wirtz. Really a 1 for 4 in the game. Swings up the first pitch he sees to Velez, over to first, 2 away. Durham 0 for 4, and I feel like this situation, it makes sense. Because Vasquez can come in and play second. Let's put in Frank Thomas. Still looking for his first hit on the season. Slider for strike 1. Went inside with that one. That's likely to be a bloop single. Yes, it is. Frank Thomas finally has a hit on the season. And we're going to quickly pinch run him for Vasquez. Even though he's somehow a worse runner. Or no, let's put Marlon Anderson in there. What am I talking about? Marlon Anderson can play second. Here we go. Berkman hits that first pitch to center. Murphy is going back. He is looking at it. He watches it go. Lance Berkman with a 2-run shot. And it's 9-0 Toronto. We're just adding insult to injury here. Look at that. Marlon Anderson just came, stood on first for 2 seconds. Got to take an easy trot home. Here's AR-15 hitless in the game. It's the first pitch he sees at Konerko. It buckled kind of weird. He had to go back for it, but he steps on the bag. That's going to be hitting for the Jays. And a 3-run rally there for us. We scored 1, 2, and 3 runs in multiple innings here. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's the top 3 batters in the Red Sox lineup. Let's see what Oz can do. Carroll is hitless in the game so far. Swung through the slider. Strike 1. Swung through the splitter. Strike 2. And he manages to put the bat on that. That's going to be a leadoff single. Runner on first here. J.D. Drew has a hit in the game. High fastball he didn't bite on. Swung through the curve. 0-2. Changeup went too low. Pulls the slider there. Oh, maybe Berkman should have let that fall. Try and get a double play. But we at least got the safe, sure first out. 50-50 call went our way there. 0-1. Right fouls that one off. 0-2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 9 in the game. They're down to their final out. Here's Konerko. 0 for 3. Strike 1. Strike 2. Will this decide it? Got him looking. Can't argue that call. You're down by 9 runs. That's the ball game. Your final score, Toronto Blue Jays 9, Boston Red Sox 0. And our starting pitching is firing on all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. Last 4 starts. Olsen, complete game shutout. Danks, complete game shutout. Halladay, complete game, only 1 run allowed. Oz, complete game shutout. Incredible. And I mean, like, all things considered, our bats didn't have the greatest day. I mean, Peavy really held it down until he didn't. And Braun is, aside from Oz, definitely the hitting MVP of the game. 3 solo shots. He went, what, 4 for 4? Top of the 9th, Berkman put the cherry on top of the sundae. And boy, did that one have some movement on it. Bottom of the 9th, final out. Player of the game, can't argue that. 5-hit shutout for Oz. And our pitching is just rolling along. So I'm thinking, yeah, 3 complete games we had against the Red Sox in this 3-game series. In 27 innings, they got 1 run. And still, I'll argue till the end of the day, that should have been a foul ball. That hit Polanco had that brought home that run. But I mean, we can't complain, right? When over 3 games, the other team only scores 1 run, you're guaranteed to beat them 2 games. Because both games they get shut out. Then in the last game, just score more than 1 run, and we've done that in spades. They finished 0 for 5. We were 9 for 13. You know, it's funny. Actually, no, wait. Our running came in bunches, but still 2 3-run rallies. It's not 5 or 6 or 10-run rallies, but we'll take it. Oz 9-0 on the season. PV is 3-4. He held it down. Look, through the first 4 innings, 1 hit allowed. It unraveled in the 5th. We didn't look back. Let's see. They got 5 hits over 4 different innings. Only 1 inning they had multiple hits. Home runs. Berkman had 56 and 57. Braun had 76 and 77. And 78. Grandy had his 37th. So let's see. Durham went hitless. And Rios went hitless. Everyone else here, 3 RBIs for Berkman, 3 for Braun. 3 different guys had 3 RBIs for us. And they were the guys that had home runs. Braun, 3 home runs. After the last game where he went hitless, he needed this. 10 strikeouts for us. 21 strikeouts for our pitchers in the previous 2 games. ERA is now 1.8. Yep, he is lower than Danks. 84 pitches it took him. That's what we would like to see. 9-0. Overall, 718 points. Let's take a look around the league. So, we were outscored today by, it looks like, San Francisco, the Mets, and the Cubs. So, the Mets didn't walk it off. 9 runs, we take the win, right? Anything interesting going all around? Nothing really. Standard, good old day of baseball. Taking that short. Crazy, we flew from Oakland to Boston. Flying from Boston to Toronto must be like, oh, we got great news, everybody. What's it going to be? Granderson is now tied for 3 among active players for the most sacrifice flies ever in the season. Let's cheer him on as he goes for an even higher record. The weekly MVPs have been announced. Maybe it's Granderson. Nope. Brad Ausmus. Oh my goodness, Todd Helton. Brad Ausmus has more home runs than Todd Helton. What reality are we living in here? Anyways, let's see. Berkman, 559 average, 10 homers, 22 RBIs. Braun, 567 average, 10 homers, 15 RBIs. Berkman deserved it. He had, like, what feels like in that 3-game series, had, like, 20 RBIs or so. We have 2 players selected from her team secretary. She's blonde, she can't count. And moving it along here. Now we're having a homestand. 3 games against Oakland, 3 against Boston. And then we hit the road again. Cleveland. So the draft's actually coming up pretty soon. There's June, there's July, there's August, there's September. Look how busy that September schedule is. That looks pretty crazy. 2 days off in the month. 4 here in August. 1, 2, 3. Let's not count the All-Star game as a day off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3. Oh, we've been busy as bees, haven't we? And we're going to even be busier against Oakland. Randy Wolf on the mound to open this 3-game series against Oakland in the Rogers Center. Thank you so much for watching Oz's complete game shutout against Boston. We're going to see if Wolf can keep at least the complete games going. But regardless, we got to focus on the wins, right? 8:35 p.m. game. Going to be a nice night game. Hopefully have the dome open. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when we take on the Oakland Athletics.